Welcome to the Midnight Matinee with your host and hostess, Robert and Angie Curtis.
Welcome, everyone, back to the Midnight Matinee.
Midnight Matinee.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we made a video.
We actually went and saw a new movie, and somehow time has gotten away from us.
Yeah, we didn't record the review of it for weeks.
Well, here, let me give you the synopsis. Clark, an isolated furniture store owner, who discovers a supernatural, maze-like dimension of infinite yellow rooms in his basement. As he slowly loses his sanity, he drags his therapist, Dr. Mary Klein, into the nightmarish space where their suppressed traumas manifest as monstrous entities.
Yeah. So, if you can guess what we saw, it was the Backrooms.
Backrooms, that comes from the Creepypasta.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It was originally a post on 4chan where somebody posted a picture of an empty furniture store place with the bland walls and yellow carpet, and then someone wrote a little blurb underneath of it, that was really creepy, and then it became like its own internet phenomenon after that.
Became its own entity.
Yeah.
Someone said that they were actually going to make some kind of model race car track or something up there, I think I heard.
Yeah.
But it went into these I think it's not really our generation so much, but it was all about these liminal
spaces.
Like subliminal, but liminal, like you can actually see these spaces.
Yeah, it's like the transitional spaces. Like when you go to like a mall in a big city and it's been robbed out of existence, so there's
like most malls.
Like there's no business, nothing's open. So you walk through this entire huge mall and there's like maybe 3 shops open, it's like that space. Like you kind of feel like you're not supposed to be there, that kind of thing.
So is it kind of like a subconscious space, or is it actually they consider it a real space? Or because in this thing, I mean, it just kept getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Like furniture melting into the floor, and
right.
Those people's faces that looked like they were, I think they even called them still lifes or something like that, but it was like they were all...
Oh, the monsters that were in there?
His when he was sitting at that table and all those disjointed people that represented people in his life, I think.
Yeah. It's like the version of his shadow self, where he's... If you look at the thing's face, it looks like it's distorted, like you're looking through like a whiskey bottle.
Mm. Well, and I think they even said that besides he was drinking all the time, and because there was a part where he was filming a commercial and he completely fell over.
Yeah.
And,
right.
And just I wasn't even sure what to make of the movie.
I think, well...
We both went in very blind.
The main thing that I thought was that the director is like a teenager.
Yes, because when he got this gig, he was 17 years old. Yeah,
so there's a lack of experience there, and not to say it's a bad thing, but a lot of the nuance of it, I think, is lost in the translation, because like the cinematography is fine, you know what I mean, like everything, like the director of photography did their job, everything looked really good, the framing was really good,
it was very eerie, I will say that.
But there was a lot of scenes where it's showing you like really nothing, and it's one of those things like where, it's building tension, like, yeah, but I mean, it's not though, like we already understand. You know what I mean? Like that this is a liminal space and that you're not supposed to be there, and it's kind of like that thing. Like we get that. We're on board with that. You don't have to explain it to us, I
mean, could it go back to people talk about the Matrix? Like the Matrix is lazy. Is that could the Backrooms be akin to seeing behind the scenes where everything's going on?
Yeah, like the loading area of a game, right?
Well, and that's the other thing. Like it reminded me of I don't play many video games. I played Destiny, and there were places where you would literally glitch out of the game into a space that you weren't
that's kind of what this is supposed to be, right? It's like the holding area. for like a video game type thing, where just like
Like a footprint or
like a place you're not supposed to be in. Kind of like if you're playing like a video game, right, and you're like in an office building, and all of the stuff in your play area is really well fleshed out. Right across from it is another tall building, and the inside of it is not fleshed out at all because you're not supposed to be there.
It's a facade,
right? So it has offices and it has stuff in it, but it's all just one dimensional. Like if you could actually look at it, it's all just like a scrim with like a desk painted on it. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing.
It's like, behind the scenes. Well, and I have told you repeatedly that there is a place in my mind that I know I've either been there, either in my dreams or in real life, and I can't figure out where it's from. And I even took to ChatGPT to see if I could recreate it, because it was like this big room, and there was a kitchen above, and there was a set of steps, but it was all like it looked like it was abandoned. And I've got this obsession. Like these kids like the liminal thing.
Right.
I like seeing abandoned, like things that are being reclaimed by nature and stuff like that. So I guess I kind of like get that.
Yeah, and that's what this whole concept of this is that it makes you uneasy because there's this space that kind of goes on forever, like and I was talking about, like where they over explain things that you don't care about, and then they under explain things that are really important. Because like when he finally gets his psychiatrist to go into the space, he shows her this entire map that he has drawn of this entire space, where there's like this hallway connects here, here's the pools, here's like all this other stuff. We never saw any of that.
No, he must have been lost in there for like months.
Yeah. So the whole thing is weird.
Did they pull like kind of like a Stanley Kubrick with The Shining, where they were making you were making turns that were not natural?
They're not possible, right? Like in The Shining, there's a scene where he walks out of the elevator, and there's a big picture window, or there's a wall right where the elevator is. They walk around the corner, and then they go into the office of the manager of the hotel, and there's a huge picture window behind his desk, and that window can't exist because that's where the elevator they just came out of is. And then in your mind that can't be there, but you don't know, it doesn't, like your subconscious knows immediately, but your conscious mind is like, why is that window so bright? Like that's weird. And it gives you a creepy feeling, like when in the beginning, when he's waiting for the guy to show up and take him on his tour, there's a whole bunch of people that walk by with like luggage, and then it shows him looking at a Playgirl magazine, and then the people walk by again, right? It wasn't on accident. They did that on purpose, so that you're distracted by the magazine. You don't notice the same people walking by multiple times. You know what I mean? It's not a continuity error. They did that on purpose.
Is it kind of like going into the uncanny valley kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or is it just when something's off, like that when they first started coming out with I wouldn't call them AI, but like where they were computer generating people. Like I can't remember the first one. I think we've talked about this. How it was unnerving to me because it was not a human, but it wasn't a cartoon. Yeah. And it was like...
And even when it was good, it wasn't good enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Princess Leia in the end of Rogue One. Like there's just something off with her face. It doesn't look quite right,
It's just not quite human.
Yeah.
So, anyway...
So that's what's going on.
So, I guess let's rate it. Let's put up a rating system. I'm going to say that I'm going to put it on either a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
I thought it was well done. I think especially with the age and a first-time director. Is it Kane Parsons? I think his name is. Yeah.
Right.
Either blood-curdling or nightmare fuel. What do you think? Where are you standing with it? I
really liked it, but I thought it could have been better.
Could have been fleshed out more.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Like the exploring of the Backrooms could have been done better, in my opinion. Like we should have seen more of that than like the interaction with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get why they did that, so that way there's, when these people are ultimately lost in the back rooms and their death has gravity. But at the same time, we didn't get to explore enough of the back rooms to make it feel like it was an expansive place that you could get lost in.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be more creepy. Like, what was that movie? Oh, I think we discussed it. We went to see it. I'm drawing a blank. It's the one with the guy in the hotel. And he goes down to the very bottom and he's going through these different areas.
Oh, Hokum.
Hokum, yes. Yeah. And I was kind of thinking like that kind of had that kind of a same feel. Like it was just...
Yeah, like they should have spent more time on the lore in Hokum, I think. You know what I mean? Because like that... they did a good enough job, you know what I mean, by Fiona explaining to him the book, and then he gets to read the book about, Irish folklore, and I really appreciate that. But at the same time, we said that movie needed more backstory into what was going on there. Like the whole "it's a witch" explanation, it's tired at this point. You know,
I would have kind of liked to even, like you said, I kind of would like to gone even deeper into the rooms.
Yeah.
Like, and you walk out and you're just like, what the heck what is it I just watched?
Yeah. It
kind of messes with your brain.
Well, and like spoilers like usual, there's spoilers in our reviews. He meets these other people that are in the back rooms who are also like trying to figure it out, and then in the initial part it's like they're part of the government somehow.
Well, no, there was that whole MRI people. What was the name? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on their name, but they started basically mapping it. They made MRI machines and then they started mapping this. Is it Aspire?
I don't remember,
but doesn't matter.
Yeah, like. And that's a whole subplot for some reason. I don't know.
And then why was it when he brought his coworker or his, he's got his employees, he brings them down there, and they are just, like a different experience.
Yeah.
And then he brings in his psychiatrist or whatever, and I don't even know, was she still in it? Was she not in it? Was she stuck?
I
mean, it was a lot of people like. And they had a lot of bad experience. Like, it was kind of depressing, too.
Yeah, like they get absorbed into the back rooms at some point, and then, like, their shadow self is like, trying to hunt them down in the back rooms, so I don't know.
And there's a character in it that basically is his mascot for the furniture store that he owns.
Yeah.
And, so what do you think? You want to go 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5?
I would give it a 4 out of 5.
You're going to give it...
I really liked it. I really liked the way that it didn't rely on jump scares and darkness. Like, it's such a tired trope. Like, we talk about all the time. It's like your camera is just looking at nothing. It's pitch black. We're like 2 minutes of just black, and then finally, like, something pops out, and you're like, oh, was I supposed to be scared? Like, we were staring into the darkness for so long that I actually started to think about something else. By the time the monster popped out, we're all like, yeah, okay. Like, and then they're like, something happens and you can't even see because it's so dark.
Yeah, and I think I start falling asleep sometimes because it's so
terrible.
Dark. I do think that it's an interesting concept. I understand why people were excited about it. I liked the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
Even when little was happening, I felt uncomfortable, like it was unnatural. Like, because you always, you never know what's will be around the next corner, and there was like this strange,
and I like
that standy thing.
Yeah, like the forced perspective of some of the rooms, where it's kind of like one of those mystery spots or whatever. Like when you walk into the room, it looks square, but the floor is actually sloped. It's like
the feet room over at the Science Center.
Yeah, it's weird. So I mean, I really appreciated that a lot in that. And there's sometimes where, like a walkway went up to the ceiling, like in the Winchester Mystery House or something.
Yeah, I want to go see that so badly.
So I mean, that was really cool. I really appreciated that.
Okay, well, I guess we'll both settle on 4 out of 5. Nightmare Fuel takes you to the edge of terror, leaving a chill in your spine, dark and twisted in all the right ways.
Yeah, I would recommend it highly. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it was kind of, like I said, it was kind of interesting. And we had a pretty decent, when we went to see it, there was a pretty decent audience around us. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Good times.
Good times. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Have you been watching anything that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, what have I been watching? I don't think I've been watching anything that would relate to the Midnight Matinee. Haven't watched, we have watched a couple of horror movies, but we're planning to discuss those.
Yeah.
Like we finally, you watched. he saved me from the Terrifier movies.
I watched all of the Terrifier movies.
I didn't like the first one, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for it.
I saw All Hallows Eve, Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3. I watched all of them.
And what's your opinion?
I'm not impressed by it. I mean, it's gore to the extreme. I get it, but there's no story, and there's no lore to back it up. And I know people are going to be, you didn't get the lore. I know I got it. You know how I got it? Because the lore changes in every single movie, and there's no continuity through the entire thing.
God, and I hate that.
Right, because like in the first movie, you think that Art is just a clown, serial killer, and then he gets shot in the head and then comes back from the dead, right? And then in the second one, they introduce the pale girl, who you find out is the demon or the deceased girl from the funhouse or whatever that's keeping him alive, and only he can see her, and that's how it happens, right? He dies, and then she reanimates him, right, through her dark powers of the portal to hell that's in the carnival, right? So we got that. Okay, third movie comes along. Where's the little pale girl? Oh no, there's no more pale girl. Now it's Vicky, who was the girl who was killed in the first one, which is technically the second one. You're like, why? Why do we even have this person in here? And then she gave birth to Art's head somehow.
Oh my God, he was telling me about this, and then
I don't even know why did we even do that? That whole subplot can be just thrown in the garbage. Just like when they finally escape from the insane asylum, they go to Art's workshop thing, and then he just goes to sleep for like 3 years.
He saved me from it.
I don't even know. And people are like, oh, this is such a great movie, and you just don't understand the franchise. I'm watching it just like you are. Like, I just don't... It's so needlessly convoluted.
I think a lot of horror pictures these days are just like, what is the appeal? I mean, maybe I'm getting old.
And there's like this whole trope where you can buy Terrifier merch that has Art the Clown wearing the sunflower sunglasses. Like, there's purses, keychains, posters, like everything you can think of. That scene in the movie is literally 2 seconds. He's standing at a rack of sunglasses. He puts on the sunglasses and he's like, and then she sighs at him and then he takes them off. That was the entire... So all this merch exists for a scene that was less than maybe 5 seconds at the most.
This kind of reminds me, how they came out with the very first Nightmare on Elm Street. And then Nightmare on Elm Street 2 came out, where he came out of the dreams, and people went ape shit.
Yeah.
Ape poop, whatever. Because they didn't, they changed the rules.
Right.
And so from then on, though, they kind of went back to how, he was only in the dreams and he could touch you, but he was not outside the dreams.
Right.
But I'm glad I didn't see these.
But like we had talked about, like Freddy has a whole backstory.
Yes.
And there's a whole canon.
Well, and I think you talked about it because you can understand him and why things happened as they did.
Right, because he was the janitor, he was a child molester, whatever. They burned him alive. He gets revenge. All of that makes sense, right? Jason, right? His mother, he drowned in the lake. His mother got revenge, and then they killed her, and then that brought him back. And then that's understandable, right? Even Chucky, right? Another, trope. Like he's a possessed doll. He did a voodoo ritual and put his soul into the doll. Now the doll comes back and gets revenge, and there's all kinds of funny hijinks ensue. But like, I just don't... Art is just like this guy, and then you're like, he kills people. Yay! Like I don't understand. I don't know anything about him.
You can't understand why he's doing what he does.
Yeah, there's no throughput to it. You're just like, yay, he's a murderer.
So you're just gonna give a thumbs down.
Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay, let's reel it back. I can't think of anything else we've been watching. What have we been? We were watching something for the longest time.
We saw.
We were at Resident Alien.
Yeah, we watched
That's
Resident
what we were
Alien.
watching.
We watched The Following.
Yeah, we finished The Following, and then we watched Resident Alien, and now we're watching the Harlan
Corbin's I Will Find You or whatever.
I Will Find You with
Yeah, not a horror movie.
No, it's not horror in any way, shape, or form. It's more like a crime drama or murder mystery. I don't know.
Anyways, that's it for this week.
I guess we'll see you next time on the
Midnight Matinee.
Bye!
See ya.
You've been watching the Midnight Matinee, brought to you by the Veritas Project. So when the clock strikes 12, grab your tickets for the next episode of the Midnight Matinee.